Hassan is a Syrian. You're working for a humanitarian organization. Now you are in front of the Russian embassy for another demonstration to expose the crimes which are committed now in Aleppo.
No, Putin! Free Syria! Break the siege now! Break the siege now!
100,000 people are besieged in a very small area, around 2 square kilometers, and they're being bombed to death, starved to death. There are no hospitals. Anyone who gets wounded, there is no medical treatment for them. And everyone, like Russia, Iran, and Assad forces, are refusing evacuation of civilians, of children. They just want to kill everyone in there, 100,000 people. They're refusing any safe passage. They're just talking about it, but nothing is happening. People are just dying right now as we are speaking. It's very, very bad.
You say that this is a crime against humanity, but who should act now to bring responsible in front of international justice?
Me, you, everyone should act. We have to ensure that people in Aleppo have the right to life. This is the basic rights of a human being. This is what makes us human. Just the right to life. Is it too much to ask?
And after Aleppo, what's next?
Well, actually, we reached a point that we're kind of asking for forced migration of people, because I think the international community, the inaction of the international community has reached us here. So I think if we reach to a point that there is an evacuation of the civilians in Aleppo, this will mean, and we want this, but this will mean that more areas will be besieged and more areas will be starved to death, and we'll be asking again for people to be evacuated. This is actually not the solution. This is not the solution. The siege should be stopped. The bombing should stop, and people should have the right to live, should have the right to have medicine.
Evacuation is not something just temporary, because very probably these people will live for many years, if not forever, their land. That means that Europe will have another wave of migrants, of refugees, of asylum seekers coming from Syria.
People want to stay in their homes, and people in Aleppo have made this very clear. But like, the situation now has reached a point that it's just, they can't just take it anymore. They're just dying, like tens of people dying every day. Like streets are full of dead people. Nobody can take them out. It's just beyond the imagination. So eventually, yeah, people might come here because they were forced to leave their homes. They were forced to leave their countries.
But Europe is not acting now to save Aleppo, and on the other side, Europe doesn't want Syrians to enter.
Europe doesn't want more refugees, and they don't want to protect people from forced migration. So what is the solution? Actually, I need to ask this question. So what is the solution? You're not allowing people to stay in their cities, in their homes, and you're not like properly receiving people here. So what's the solution?
Jasmine is an artist. Now we are in London in front of the Russian embassy. You are partly Iranian and partly Italian in terms of origins. Why are you demonstrating here to support Aleppo people?
Why? How can you not? How can you sit back and let this happen and at least not raise your voice and say, I think this is wrong? It's genocide all over. When it happened with the Holocaust, nobody said anything. Everybody knew it was going on, but nobody said anything. And the same thing is happening now. These people are being killed. They're being killed by their own ruler. It's like a mother killing their own children. And letting foreigners come in, Iran, Russia, these are foreigners. You want to fight your battle, fight it yourself. You want to stop ISIS, help Turkey. Stop Turkey though killing the Kurds. It's all
Russians say that in Aleppo there are terrorists, there are the friends of ISIS, that they are liberating people from the terrorists.
I don't deny there might be some, part of the refugees, but as many as they can be, and I'm saying even if it was 50%, you cannot condone the genocide of the other 50% of children, 82 people being shot, of which 17 I hear, or 13 or 17 were babies, summarily shot. Why? Because they were related. I was hearing, Al Jazeera, saying that even those that were related to somebody who might have been sympathizer or collaborator of ISIS have been killed. Mother, father, cat, dog, everything. Why?
So is it something like some wars in South America, some repressions in South America in the 70s?
I'm not Pinochetting anyone, but I'm not Che Guevara either. So there are wars that relate to me because they're closer. I'm embarrassed that Iran is doing what they're doing. But Iran and Saudi Arabia are fighting their own war and the Middle East is paying for it. That's the main thing. Saudi Arabia would like to have the control because of the money. Iran is stronger, it's bigger. It's the only Shia country, so they need to protect themselves, and they've always fought the rest.
This could set a precedent, and in other parts of the world, after Aleppo, massacres could be easier?
I think they're inevitable. You just have to look at the trend. Look at now, let's see what Holland votes. Let's see if Le Pen wins in France. It's obvious. Everybody's separating. The whole idea of Europe was to stop people from having wars.
Safe passage now! 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 Down, down, Syria! Down, down, Putin! Free, free, Syria! Down, down, Putin! Free, free, Syria! Down, down!